because if we're talking about how wonderful Bristol and the Southwest is in antique arts, I think we need to hear about entrepreneurship and how perhaps the creative sector is doing really well. So my question to John is, well, we know with Alistair Darling being recently interviewed that he referred to the creative industries as a driving force for the recovery of the UK's economy. So do you think the creative sector will play an important part, particularly here in the Southwest, in doing that? And also, how do you think the creative sector has accelerated entrepreneurship here in the Southwest?
Thank you, Chair. And thank you for giving me too many drinks before I started. I think I've got...
Happy to oblige. Can I get you another?
This is innovation.
Yay! Told you to let your head on.
It's a sort of no-brainer, really. I mean, there's no question in my mind that we're not pretending and trying to sell the fact that we are a zany, innovative, thoughtful, lateral thinking city. There's no need to pretend we are. And thinking that we might not continue to sort of fasten on that, and creative industry is a bit broad, isn't it? It's a bit like sitting back at the start of the 19th century and seeing what was going on, particularly those guys who were doing interesting things with steam, and deciding you're going to invest in horses. You know, you wouldn't do that, would you? And of course we won't do that here. This place is the place, the hotbed, the anvil, the whatever, for young thought. I mean, interestingly, I came here tonight from opening a putative, I hope that's the right word, I'm not very well educated, young people's centre in the old fire station. This is a place for them, and the young people have been working on it. We have £5 million from the government, whilst the government's still solvent. But they were a whole mix of young people from all over Bristol, really different backgrounds. They are so imaginative. They did the whole thing. They knocked the socks off. Nearly 500 people there. So there's no question for me that this is a place where creativity and lateral thinking can go on. And I think that the digital thing is so important. And I don't want to offend other faiths. I mean, some people know that I'm one of those nuts that is a believer. And so I don't want to offend other faiths. So I don't mind upsetting the heathens amongst you, because you ought to be thinking carefully. But the last time we had the potential for creativity and communication like this was when the Roman Empire was at its height. And that was the time when my boss, you may not believe it, my boss decided to spend a few years on this earth. The Roman Empire had produced the best piece of communicative ability that you've ever seen. You know, actually, the Romans used to get around at about 27 miles an hour. You know, we manage about 14, don't we? Communication. And here we sit on still unimagined, really, ability to communicate in brilliant ways, in different ways, at vast speed. And the young are out there just waiting to fasten onto it and use it and turn it into more. I have never had any doubt that we as human beings are the epitome of creation, whoever did it, and we can solve all the problems. This is a city that is at the heart of that sort of creativity, no doubt at all. If that doesn't answer your question, I'm sorry, but...
I think it does pretty well, actually.